Okay, hi everyone. No one's on, but hi. I'm coming on live again tonight. I haven't done it since the first time I did it. Life has been very hectic, but I am trying to do this more. So I'm going to do it tonight, and then I'm going to come on tomorrow as well. But tonight, you just ask me any questions really, whilst I put on all my skincare, pretty much. Yeah, today has been a fucking insane day. Like, insane. I am in complete shock at what today has been. It has just made my whole recovery journey worthwhile today. I can't divulge into more because I don't want to jinx anything, but yeah, it's just my head. I just had to have a walk with my dog before and just be like, what the hell is going on? What is happening? I can't believe over 4 years ago I was in nearly 10 grands of debt, 6 stone, an absolute mess, addicted to ketamine, and today happened. I'm like, how is that person 4 years ago this person today? I just like madness. So I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And the weirdest thing about it is the fact that like this week has been the most up and down week ever. I was so sad the other day, and then I knew it would pass, but like I didn't think it would pass that fast. But it did. It's like, what the fuck? How has it just gone from me being so upset to then today happening? My mind is blown. But that is recovery. Recovery is so up and down. It's always up and down. Because life is just up and down. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. I'm so happy. How does ketamine make you feel and how long does it last? So ketamine, hi Luke O'Brien, hi S.Vision, by the way. Hello everyone. So ketamine makes me personally feel, when I had it, and the reason why I was addicted to it was because it completely numbed me. It completely took me to a different place. Obviously K-holes. Yeah, so it took me to a totally different universe, which I loved because I hated reality, and it completely numbed everything that I was going through. It was the perfect drug for me. It also came into my life when I actually, hi James Ride, hi Gahar Lulu. Yeah, it just like, I basically, before I took ketamine, I was a big trip head and I ended up taking loads of acid to the point where I got psychosis. And Ket then came into my life, and Ket was the only drug that quietened my psychosis. So I basically kind of self-medicated on that, which isn't a good idea. Don't ever do it. No one do that. But yeah, it made me feel really numb. But obviously over time it completely destroys your bladder, destroys your kidneys, destroys your liver. Like, by the end of my using, I was 6 stone. I was constantly going to the toilet because my bladder was so weak. So yeah, it's not a good drug to take. But yeah. Hi everyone who's joined. By the way, just ask me anything regarding recovery. What was your habit like? Did you do it every day or just weekends? So I did, at the beginning, I did cat like every weekend pretty much. And then started creeping into like my Thursdays. Like, I don't know if anyone's from the UK, but there's a thing called like Thirsty Thursdays, where like you go out and you start your weekend pretty much then. And then it started creeping in on Thursdays, then it started creeping in midweek, and slowly but surely, especially the last 5 years, I would say I was doing it pretty much every day. Um, yeah, so it just was really, really bad. What else did you say? What, I feel like you asked me another question. Yeah, so it basically started off partying. I was a proper party girl. Like, I loved partying and I loved taking drugs. Do you know what I mean? Like, I absolutely loved it. I'm not gonna say I didn't, because I fucking did. But I don't know when you when I crossed the line, and when you cross the line and it absolutely takes over. Yeah, can't really do anything about it until you hit your rock bottom, really. So yeah. Panika Slade. Hi, Panika. Hi, Jessica Lee. Hi, new guy is cool. Hi, everyone. So yeah, sorry, I'm literally in my dressing gown and my hair wet because I just had a shower, but I just thought I'd come on and just chat shit really with you all. How is everyone's Friday night? Is anyone in recovery on here now? Like, is anyone going through sobriety, early recovery, or anything like that? S.Vision, yes. I am on definitely a better path, and drugs are great until they're not. Yeah, until they start ruining your life, which they fucking ruined my life. But I'm so glad I'm out of it. Like, today's been one of those days where I am so unbelievably grateful that I got out of that whole world. Oh, God. Yeah, is anyone on here that is in early recovery, is keen to understand more? I know it's a Friday night, so if anyone is in sobriety, like, Friday nights, weekends, you know what I mean? So I'm happy to share any tips and stuff like that. Did you spend a lot of money with your habit? Yeah, I spent loads of money. Before I hit my rock bottom, I was just under 10K's worth of debt. Because of like payday loans and everything like that. Even though I worked throughout my whole addiction, like I had a job and everything like that, but I yeah, I wasn't. It was bad. UK based. Yes, I am UK based in Manchester, the best city. Hello, Depression Talk. Yeah, so I spent loads and loads of money. I can't actually think about the amount of money I spent on drugs because it is not okay. Down in Cornwall, me. Ah, Cornwall. I really want to go to Cornwall one time. I really want to do a summer there. I think we all go on these holidays out of the UK, and I think we've got so many beautiful places in the UK. So yes, I really want to do a summer in Cornwall. Where's best to go, James? James Ride. And I wanted to learn how to surf. I don't know like whether I'm good at it, because I can't go into like deep ocean, because I start thinking of the sharks, even though I don't know if there's any sharks in Cornwall Sea. I don't know. James Devon here. Hi, James Devon. Falmouth or Newquay are the best places. Right, thank you for that. I'm going to do some research on that. Do they have surfing instructors? I think I need to change this eye cream, by the way, because it's getting my eyes really dry, but I just can't stop using it because I'm really lazy. I'm one of those lazy girls. I don't know if any girls are on here, but I am just one of those can't be asked girls. Don't understand how these girls do it. Don't get it. Eyelashes, makeup all the time, like, wow. Can you be asked? Absolutely not. Who else is on? Any more questions regarding recovery or sobriety? Let me know. If not, I'm just gonna talk. So it's Friday night, obviously, and when you are in early recovery or like early recovery. Hi, Simone. Oh, hi, Simone again. You okay? Good to hear from you. I'm just speaking about early recovery and what to do on the weekend. Because at the beginning, I think it's a big change. Obviously, if you were a weekend person going out all the time, and obviously the world that we live in, alcohol and going out is like a societal thing. Like you're meant to do Friday, you're meant to get pissed. Do you know what I mean? So it is hard at the beginning, don't get me wrong. But my biggest thing that I would suggest anybody to do is try and pick hobbies. I think at the beginning I was like painting, I was sewing, I was punch needling, I was playing a Switch, a Nintendo DS, go like I still go for loads of walks to be fair, but walking, I would watch all the movies I could possibly watch, read as many books as possible. It's all about just keeping yourself busy. And the thing is though, you've got to look at it's the way you look at the weekend of not drinking or you're not taking drugs. When you start to look at the fact that this weekend I'm going to be learning a new hobby or I'm learning a new skill, is because of that switch, it's like a positive outlook on it instead of like, oh, what is my life? I'm so bored. I've got nothing to do, blah, blah, blah. When in reality, if you're doing something, if you're learning something, you're growing as a person. So yeah, my biggest advice is keep yourself busy. But why keeping yourself busy is learning more, learning skills, learning new hobbies, etc. And it's just filling your time up. So I hope that helps. What is everyone up to tonight? What's everyone up to? I'm not doing much. Me neither, Simone. I'm having a chilled night in. I've had a really bad cough this week and a sniffly nose, so I'm just resting because I'm going to see Erica Badu. If anyone likes R&B and soul, you'll probably know the absolute queen, Erica. But I'm going to see her on Sunday, so I want to be nice and good. James, right, I'm painting. Oh, wow, what are you painting, James? I want to see. I love art. Like, I literally love it. I was speaking to my mum I think it was today actually, about these two artists. I've forgotten their names, but they're like contemporary, like quite punky as well. But they've got an exhibition down in London, and I'm going to London in a few weeks, so I think I'm going to go see them. But it makes me go back to when I was like painting and being, because I used to do graphic design, and like with work and life, I've just, yeah, stopped doing that. Like, how do you, hello from Plymouth. Hi, Martin. How are you? Yeah, I just kind of want to, every time I see an artist or I get reminded of artist work or anything, or if I see something, you know, out and about, I just want to get back to my creative ways. But then life is so busy. How do you make time for it, James? Tell me. Give me some tips on how to make time for being creative. Because like doing this whole YouTube thing, plus, are you a painter? No, I would not say I'm a painter at all, Sam. I think my painting, I call it abstract painting. Redecorating my house, doing some wallpapering. Oh, that type of painting. I just went on some long ass route about fucking creative painting jokes. What do you create? So I used to do graphic design a lot. I did psychedelic art when I did graphics, but I haven't done anything for probably about a couple of years. So yeah, how to get a new phone? Absolutely no idea. I'll speak to your thingamabobs. I on the shrooms. Yeah. Yes, to be fair, when I was using, I did used to do a lot of painting, drawing, and doing graphic design on the computer, on shrooms and Ket. Ket made me really creative. I used to make some really sick designs, to be fair, but yeah, life has got in the way. I should go back to it, actually. I do have, if you go onto Instagram, my graphics page is at Isra Designs, which is at IZRA Designs. I was like, how do you spell designs? Lots of Liberty Cats, magic mushrooms about right now. Yes. Well, to be fair, I think actually no, it is wet. It is more moist. I was gonna say it's a bit too cold, but no, it's a bit moist actually. So you're right, Liberty Caps will be out to play. But I'm not here to promote drugs because I'm 4 years in recovery, and even though I love drugs, I don't mind people taking drugs, don't really care what people do in their own time. For me, they completely ruined me. Because to be fair, I just couldn't stop using. I don't have an off switch. When I put something in my system, I just want more. I want more and more and more and more and more. So yeah. And if you're anything like me, I would advise trying to get some help, definitely, because it doesn't end well. Yeah. Anyways, so back to recovery. Has anyone got any recovery questions or on sobriety or addiction or anything like that? I share that addictive personality. Have you got an addiction, or is it just an addictive personality? Like, are you able to like handle everything? Like, I mean, when I say handle, it's like it's not become so problematic where you're like losing everything or destroying everything. because there is a thing where, and I put it in my, I think it was my last YouTube or the YouTube before, where I talk about how there's like a traffic light system that I learned, and something can be a habit, and that's when it's a habit, it doesn't mean that it means like you just, when people go out and they take stuff and it's not really doing any issues, there's no issues coming from it, you just may be a bit hungover on a come down the next day. And then a problem is when you start like owing people money, getting a bit in debt, or you start doing stuff that you know you wouldn't do if you weren't sober, if you were sober. And then addiction is when you completely lost control, that drug or drink or whatever it has got control over you. So where do you think you are, James? If you don't mind saying. If you do, don't worry. You don't need to share that, obviously. How does everyone do these lives? Am I doing the lives right? If anyone does lives normally, is this what you meant to do? Like, am I meant to have a topic that I should be speaking about? Because obviously I go back to recovery and sobriety, but then, yeah, because I don't have like a certain, like with my YouTube videos, I just have a certain question that I answer, and then I speak about that. Whereas a live, oh, thank you, Simone, appreciate it. Yeah, with a live, it's just like just chatting. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you don't have to have a topic, right? Okay, so it's just chatting. There's no right or wrong way, but you'll find your groove. I appreciate that, Stop Vision. I really do. I appreciate those, because it's a whole minefield out there. Do you know what I mean? There we go. Right, that's it. Done, dusted, I'm ready. Ready for bed. No, it's fucking 7:30. I can't be going to bed now. Sometimes I literally want to go to bed this time. Like, if you knew me when I was in the madness, the fact that it's 7:30 is just wild, that I want to go to bed, because I was a mental head, like mental. I don't do any sort of class A's, nor do I drink anymore, as my problem was that I could never stop. So now I smoke a bit of weed and that's it. That's chill, James. Well done. Well done. I always think this, I'm very, very, that's something that I'm curious about, is because I didn't lose my job or like family relationships. They obviously were super pissed off of me, but like I didn't lose them. Like I didn't get kicked out or anything like that. And I had all the external stuff going on for me. I'm always thinking in my head, would like, is there a chance that I could maybe go back to just smoking weed, or having a drink at the pub? Do you know what I mean? But then there's also a thing where I have to look back at my using, and when I ever touched a drink, it's like, especially a drink, like when I touched a drink, like I wanted a bag. I think weed was the one drug that if I smoked weed, I'd just smoke weed. I didn't want to do anything else apart from smoking weed. But it's like when I had a drink, which is seen as the most sociable thing, I just had to have a bag with it. So when I think about that, it makes me stop thinking like, oh, maybe I could have a drink, because I've got no evidence in my whole life from 11 years old when I first started drinking to 31. There's not been one single time where I haven't drank with something else. Because even when I was 11, it was drinking and smoking weed. Do you know what I mean? Couldn't do one without the other, but I could sit at home smoking it. Exactly. That's the thing. Hi, Demi. Exactly, James. That is my thing. I just couldn't have one without the other. But saying that, with smoking weed, I was such an internalized, like I'm a bit of an extrovert. I'm an extrovert and an introvert at the same time sometimes. I've done a personality test and I'm like slap bang in the middle of an introvert and extrovert. But anyways, when I smoke weed, I'm a fucking introvert. There was this thing that I read on Instagram the other day about a Virgo stoner, and it was so correct that like the first half an hour of me smoking a doob, I'm absolutely paranoid as anything. I can't chill. And then the half an hour later I'm chilled. And that was me. So that's what would happen if I started smoking weed. And I can't be arsed with that. I can't be arsed. But I just don't do anything either when I smoke weed. So nothing happens. I'm so lazy. Like, all I want to do is just sit there, watch telly and just munch. So all my aspirations that I've got going on in sobriety, which I love, I just know wouldn't happen. So I just sticking to full abstinence, I think, is the best option for me. SDFU, what does that mean? Is that, am I really old? SDFU, what does that mean? SDFU. Oh, I'm really bad at these slang things. Please tell me what this means. SUFC G8L. Sorry. SDFU. Shut the fuck up. Oh, that's nice of you. Why don't you just leave? And then you're not hearing me. SDFU. I think I got a troll thing. Hi, Alfred. Last time I came on live saying like, I bet you sniffed loads of lines off loads of bellends. And I was just like, yes. I don't give a shit about this stuff. Fucking hell, everyone's got a past. Do you know what I mean? Don't respond to them, sis. No, I won't. I can't help myself. I probably will do. It's just part of me. It's just part of my personality. I probably will do. I find it funny. Can I have mod I subed? I don't know. I don't know what that means. But yeah. Or you can just hold down on a name anytime and time them out. That's okay to me. I'm okay with it all. It's all good. But I appreciate it. If it gets really bad, if anything comes up really bad, then obviously I'll do that. But I've been called many a things in my lifetime, so got a bit of a thick skin, I do. Bloody hell, I've been on for half an hour this time. I think I was only on for 15 minutes last time, so that's good. I subscribed. Moderator for subscribing. I don't know what that means. What's a moderator? What does a moderator do? Hi, where are you from? Hi, Matthew. Hi, I am from Manchester, UK. Where are you from? Anyone here that is being a fool should have just bugger off, and that's when I say thanks, James. I appreciate you. Thank you. Wolverhampton. I'm really bad with geography and cities, but is Wolverhampton near Birmingham? I'm so bad. I did get 5% in my geography. Yes. Also, does everyone love my little alien tattoo? Can you see her? I've called her Edith. I think the more I do these lives, the more fucking you'll realise how weird I am. Yeah. Have I even really spoken about recovery on this? Yeah. What else do you want to know about recovery? What else do you want to know? Do you want to know anything about my journey? Do you want to know any tips or anything like that? Yeah, let me know. I'm going to come on live tomorrow at about 1 o'clock, I think. I'm going to do another one tomorrow. Oh, appreciate that. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's okay. That's okay for now. That's okay. That's nice. That's good, actually. What are you recovering from? I am recovering from substance abuse. My drug of choice was ketamine. I was on ketamine for around 12 years, but I would say I'd crossed the line probably about 5 years after I first ever took it. But I took all substances, really. I absolutely loved it all. But unfortunately, they did not love me, and I completely hit my rock bottom mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I was absolutely fucked. But I've been clean since the 2nd of January 2022. So I am 3 years, sorry, and over 3 years and 9 months or 10 months, one of those. You are so strong. I'm a med student and I want to understand how to help my patients more. If you are comfortable, can you tell us whether it's a choice to start using substances or was it pressure? Hi, Race Card Girl. Hello. Thank you so much for that comment. Amazing news that you're a medical student and you want to understand this. My little sister is in med school, so I know how tough it is, so well done. So I personally think it's not a choice. It can't be a choice before you actually start getting help. I think it becomes a choice when you are in recovery and you know there's a solution and you keep going back. That is my opinion on this. That is not fully. But when you're in addiction, like you're fully in it, the control it has on you, it's just insane. Like you just feel so isolated because that's what it does. It's a thinking disease. From my experience, it's a thinking disease and it's a mental disease, and the control it has on you and the fact that you just don't feel like there's any way out, because in your world, in that person's world, like when I was nearly at my rock bottom, I thought no one could help me. Like it was just, I was just hopeless, like I was going to die. And that was I thought in my head, the only way I'm going to get out of it is by dying. So yeah, I can't say it's a choice because no one wants to put themselves in that. But when it's getting the help, and when you start, I think I've spoken about this in work and stuff because I'm trying to break the stigma around addiction, especially in workplaces. And I think the biggest thing is speaking when you keep in contact with somebody who's going through substance abuse and having the conversations, all of that information will be drip feeding into their heads. So every time they use, they will be thinking about it a little bit more. But it takes strength to get out of it. It's definitely not for the faint-hearted, and that's why unfortunately the statistics are so low. Like I'm sober now, but it doesn't mean that tomorrow I may not be. Like I can't say the word, but the statistics are so low with addiction, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't take my life for granted at all. Thank you so much, Race Card Girl. I really appreciate that. And thank you, James. Thank you. Yeah, it was really hard. Like I wanted to stop using for literally those last 5 years of my using. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be controlled by this drug. Like I just couldn't leave the house without it. But I hated the fact that it had so much power over me. But I didn't know, because my denial was so strong and I had this voice in my head telling me that I was fine, and that was so loud, and it would, the justifications and everything that was going on in my head was so loud. The little girl in me that wanted to stop, it was just silenced all the time. So it's so hard to get out of it. But I think when anybody in addiction hits their rock bottom and they have this moment of they're like, they're just done, it's then like down to them to do all the work. And I think it's only down to them, no matter how much help they get around. Like I had all the support around me. I had all the people that I could go to get that help. But I was in it for those many years until it was my decision to get out of it. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it's tough. So please be kind to those people that come in. And I know you probably get really frustrated with them. I see people struggling. I feel bad thinking that way. No, no, don't feel bad. I get it. I get it, because you want to understand why the hell they're choosing this substance over everything that they've got. But all I can say from experience, that power in the head and that voice is so loud and it's so overpowering. And it's the self-worth that we just don't have in addiction. We don't have any self-worth. So the thought of trying to help ourselves, we always just go, well, what's the point? There's no point. I'm meant to be doing this. I'm meant to be killing myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll have those thoughts in our heads. So yeah. But just keep doing what you're doing, having those conversations with them, and signpost them to 12-step meetings, Narcotics Anonymous, Cocaine Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous. I've set up a meeting in Manchester, Ketamine Anonymous, if it's anybody based in Manchester, or any rehabs or anything like that. But I know from speaking to people, like, the services are so stretched, and it's so hard for people to get the help that they need. Because just think people don't understand it really. But yeah, it makes me sad. Because it's the worst thing about it is because it's mental. It's a mental disease, do you know what I mean? And I think there needs to be more research into it, research into why addiction happens, because I don't know whether it's genetic. I don't know if it's genetic or if it's environment or if it's a bit of both. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to know that stuff. But yeah. Right. I am gonna head off now. It's okay, Simone. Thank you. Appreciate you. But I am gonna go now, but I will be back on live tomorrow, probably about lunchtime. And I'm gonna get ready, gonna make myself hot chocolate, I'm gonna put a movie on and just chill. I hope everyone has a wonderful Friday night. It's been great chatting to you, yeah? And yeah, I hope you have a good evening. Bye.